problem with social media now. Because people don't prioritize friendships and they don't have relationships or friendships that are working in their life. Small thing on their WhatsApp status saying that if you think that me too I will agree, me too I no go agree. And I'm like, who the hell are you talking to? Why are you fighting on your WhatsApp status?
You know,
posting to say
that thing cracks me up.
Like, very angry right now.
Even the people you actually intend to do that to, they may end up not saying,
what's our business? See, very angry right now. Congratulations to you now. Congratulations on your anger. So what should I do with it?
All right.
What should I do with the anger? Because there are people that you can message up to say that person they vex me for you, and they'll be like, Alpha, kill a. If you don't have such people, you are in trouble.
This is Mentorship podcast.
My name is 𝐶𝐀𝐑𝐃 𝐓𝐇. This is Mentorship podcast. Welcome back if you're a returning subscriber, and if you are new here, welcome. This is Mentorship podcast, where we conversations meet godly convictions. On this channel, we discuss about the struggles, victories, lessons, and character-based issues that relate to every man who is on that visionary journey to modeling God and Christ in his life. Join me as we explore together exciting topics on this table that connect you to God's original intent and expectation for manhood. Welcome again.
On that, sir, do you think friendship is overrated?
Yeah.
And I would tell you why I said that. Many people don't have wholeness in themselves. Of course, we're all in process, but these are people that have very clear, wounds, maybe from past experiences. Why not prioritize wholeness rather than trying to look for that circle of friendship to heal? I also don't take for granted that someone can be broken and God connects him to a whole person, but you can't both be broken. So I feel that in that sense, we may have maybe not overemphasized friendship. We have not talked about friendship enough. Maybe what will help is a redefinition of what friendship is. Perhaps some people have fantasized friendship, to mean something else, and they are not seeking to be whole in themselves. What do you think about that?
Okay, so the thing is that when two people, the definition of whole and broken sometimes can be subjective. I believe that everybody that meets the other person there is nobody that will not have a deficiency.
True.
There may be things that you are strong at. There are other things that you'll be weak at. But then the other person can be. Now, when the truth is, like I said, that someone that wants to be trusted must also show himself trustworthy. So it behoves that if I say that I want to be friends with someone, or I'm looking for friendship, it must also come from the place where I know that it will come with vulnerability. It will come with vulnerability. I must be able to own up first off to myself that I have this issue. And many times, it would mean that I also trust the person enough to be vulnerable with them to say that I have this issue. Which is where trust comes in. To know that I'm working through this and I trust that, God will help me through this. Because the thing is that friendship is not a cocoon of perfect people. It will be two people with different issues working through. But the thing there must be that, number one, there must be a meeting ground.
Yeah.
It's not like one person is an entirely lazy, fair, prayerless, not driven person trying to be friends with somebody. There will be clash. We must meet on the ground of even though I suffer from this, or I may not be this, I can still offer this. You cannot come as somebody that is, say my entire life is shattered. Anybody that the entire life is shattered, there must be something that you still have.
Yeah.
But the thing many times also is the fact that I don't believe that we also have many honest conversations with ourselves to know that this place is a deficiency. And sometimes it's one of the advantages of friendships. It will expose it.
Yeah.
There are times that you don't know that you're a jealous person. See, your friend is talking to someone else and they're not talking to you. And you are like, what is going on here? And it's not because they're even sharing their life with that person. they just feel like they've neglected you. Maybe you have a neglect problem. Maybe you have always had issues of people not choosing you. And so because it looks like your friend is now with someone else, it brings out that thing in you. Now you think that you're telling them that no, if I'm your friend, if I'm this, but you're not seeing it for yourself to now say that I don't know. All these things I'm saying, this person still followed me back home to come and sleep in my house. And spend the night with me.
The issue.
Exactly. Because many times you just focus on all this, and then you now need to now look within yourself to then say that, okay, I think I have an issue with being neglected. And the thing is that as we understand many things about ourselves, friendship behoves that if this person is my friend, I can open up to them to say that this issue that we had, I think is because of this. That person can also know how to properly manage situations where you are, so that they don't keep cussing you out when there is nothing there. Maybe what they need to do is include you more when they're having conversations elsewhere, or to let you know that, oh, I want to have a conversation with this person. Oh, how are you? Yesterday when I was having a conversation with this person, just because they want to help you manage. But you must also know that you still need to work on your own self via God's help to deal with that neglect that you feel. To deal with the loneliness that you have. Some people you can have very amazing people, but you still feel lonely. It may be something that you've gone through. But many times, the other person will also not know, because you've not in any truthful way let them know that I always feel this way. I think that one of the things that I've enjoyed with people that have been my friends is the vulnerability to come to say that I feel like I'm this. And then we can walk through it to say that I don't think so. Oh, I think so. Okay, how do I help? Do you need? In that sense, because it and that's the reason I'm saying that, say, friendship is such an important thing, because it must give you the space to be you. It must give you the space where you're not pretending. And you're not pretending to anyone that I'm the younger brother of Jesus Christ. If you cannot pray, you should be able to open up to your friends and say, I'm struggling with prayers. Struggling like crazy. My finances is nonsense. I don't know how to save money. Maybe they need to seize your ATM card. But you must be vulnerable enough to be able to open up to the other person to say, hey, which is the way that marriages work, I believe. That vulnerability to open up to the other person to say that I'm the head of this house. But if I continue to be the one that handles money in this house, we will end our life in the trenches. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. It's the vulnerability to know that the fact that you are the head does not mean that, like I've always said something, that my father is a giver. He can give, maybe one day he might have donated us to people. My father can give. I mean, even at times where it was like we didn't have so much, my father will still give food to people. He's that kind of a person. So money in his hand is like money for the people. But then I don't know how they did it. My mother managed the finances in the house. My mother is frugal. You know when they say Shishishimbai, oh Neri, that's my mother. She is frugal. My mother knows how to be disciplined with money, and I know that he helped us a lot because she did that. Because left to my father, if you ask for 15 naira or about 20 naira, if you ask my mother for 15 naira, you will. It's like what they used to do in House of Senate when you're defending budget. Yeah, you will tell her why. So my mother is that kind of a person. She's frugal, and because of that, I believe that there are many things that were properly managed. It did not stop the fact that my father was the head of the home, but he can be vulnerable enough to know that money issues is not his. Of all the anointing he has in his life, he didn't receive it. How to not give, and I mean. My mother gives, not that my mother does not give. I mean, the only thing that my mother used to give and used to be annoying because there's no Sunday food in the house that is safe. Before you leave home for church on Sunday, we don't eat. But you would know that there's food in the afternoon. You'd have been prepared since morning, put in the cooler. Only for you to now come back from church and see that my mother has used the food to feed somebody else.
It's gone.
It used to annoy me. But at that, it's just that vulnerability to be able to open up to the other person and I'm not good with holding money. I'm not very good with savings, and the other person can also open up to say that, oh, I suffer, I don't know how to do this well. I don't know how to do this well. It's how people also, I mean, that vulnerability and being able to open up with each other means that the person knows how to manage you while you're also working your way to being better. But they can also help you manage, because it's their place of being a friend to first accept you, then help you get better. There's always a place of accepting, because there is no change you will make for someone if you don't accept them first, that this is who you are. There are people that you know that they don't know how to, some people can call like 152 million times. Say, hello, what's going on? I just say I should speak Jesus is Lord. There are people you accept to just know that, okay. There are also people that you like to call, but you know that this is your friend. Maybe she has trauma from calls. There are people that call, even me. I still do that landline. I hate to share landline. I had issues with landline. Hearing because there's a place I worked. It was very toxic, and we used to use landlines a lot. So anyway, I am and I hear landline, I'm like, hey, Jesus Shanu. So if you're dealing with somebody that maybe calls does not, you know that you can text to say, hey, Alpha, this. Can I call? And then say, oh yeah, let me talk. That kind of thing. It's just so that you manage it well. Because some people get angry at the stupid things. Say that, I say I want to call. I called this one. She did not pick. And then this. But you know that this person has an issue with that. You learn to manage them. It means you don't call them randomly.
Yeah.
You just call. Person now picks your call and say, hey, what's up? And there's some people that, it's not even that they don't like calls, but maybe because of the way their life is presently. If you're calling them, it must be something that is extremely important. And so when you call and then they pick and you're like, let me call King. They're like, okay.
That's a turn off.
They know the next time that you're going to call. Okay. Message. Call you back in 1 hour. There are people that you know how to deal with. There are people that, some people that your friends may have jobs that do not allow them hang out with you all the time. But then, the fact that you want to manage that friendship and keep it well means that you guys can fix time on calendar to say that maybe once every month, every last Friday, we're going out. There are people that I've seen people do interesting things in friendships that I applaud, because I've seen someone who knows that their friend is someone that her work does not allow her. She is in the work very early, she leaves late. But then maybe on a Friday, she may be a little free in the evening. So what they've agreed to do is, on Friday, she works at VI, he works at Yaba. He will go to VI. He works from home. So he will go and work somewhere at VI, at a workstation close to her office. He will finish around 6, go to her office. They'll take a walk, maybe go watch a movie, do something, take a walk around and everything. Spend about maybe 5 to 7. Then she drives, so she'll drop him back at Yaba. They found that this thing has to work this way, because this is the way, and that's the thing that friendship behoves. It behoves that I can be vulnerable enough to say that I may not be able to see you all the time, but we can work something out of it. The thing many times is that we overconsider ourselves over the other person, and we're angry because the person is not tuning to what there must be a middle ground that is meant. I must be vulnerable with you, yet still know that I also bear responsibility for working on myself. Is the reason you don't expect, and it's also many times people expect that their friends will heal them. There's nobody that, they're not Jesus. Only Jesus will heal you. But only you will walk that path. There are paths that you will always walk on your own. They can support you. They can lift you up in prayers. They can be there for you. But you also many times need to make a decision. In that sense, to know that, okay, I'm working on this thing. It's the reason many times, your friends can keep you accountable on things. Accountable. Can say, oh, how is that Bible reading now? Have you been able to read the Bible? Have you been? They're just keeping you accountable in that sense. But I believe that being broken, being whole, you must own responsibility for your life, but also be vulnerable enough to share with people that you trust, to know that this may be an issue that I have and I need help with. While they may not be Jesus, they should be able to stand with you, stand by you, and help you go through that time. That's what I think.
Amazing. Wow. That's like a day lecture because when we start to dissect these things, you've gotten accountability, you've gotten vulnerability, you've gotten different angles of friendship, humanity, and all of that. But one of the things you said that really struck me and is still on my when you said it, I felt like jumping in my heart. Something I've said over and over again when you said, don't stay in your humanity, don't live in it. When you say, well, there are some of the things you have experienced, like we said, trauma, and you be vulnerable, get help, but don't sit in it. I've fondly said that while we should be human, don't live in your humanity, because that is not your domain, except if you don't want to model Christ. But that's not the standard. While Christ identifies with your humanity, it's waking you up to, do something. Don't sit in humanity. It's the reason why you find a lot of people, first of all, I don't know what your view is about it. I've had a conversation with my male friend about, this, and it's kind of shaky. Can you go for therapy?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Well, I'm someone that, primarily of the opinion that there is nothing that God's word and prayer and the church cannot heal.
Okay.
But I'm not anti-therapy. I can't.
Okay.
I also believe that, I've always believed that the brain, first off, is God's provision of sustenance to man. God gave us some knowledge. God gave us the brain to produce knowledge that will sustain our lives. It's like pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
God gave someone the brain. I always believe that there's no invention that has preserved life that is not God-given, from penicillin to drugs that we have now that can cure headache, can cure, now people are even curing cancer. In that sense, I believe that is God's wisdom in that sense. So I also believe that, it's God's wisdom in a sense also. So therapy is not wrong.
It's not.
To be honest, maybe sometimes if you have good people around you that can listen to you, you may not essentially need to sit with a therapist. But there's nothing wrong with therapy. There are people that should go for therapy.
Actually.
And some people after therapy should go for deliverance. Some people maybe deliverance before therapy, so that they don't be the therapist. Some people is not what they are going through. It's an affliction of the devil. It's not just affliction. There are demons around them. So they need to go to. They are haunted. Yes, Lagos, they need to go to Lagos Ibadan Expressway and sort out their life first. Then they can now sit with a therapist.
Oh my God!
Because if they don't do that, the therapist may need the therapist might need therapy after that. But then I believe that. I think we've also gotten to that point where, also because for men, maybe culturally, we're also raised to be very on your own everything, Mr. Macho everywhere. So emotions are not things that we process well.
That's all.
And sometimes when you're in a group of male friends, so sometimes they don't help you. Everybody is trying to form. Everybody's trying to be, I'm strong. I believe that build through friendships where you can be vulnerable to say that, this heartbreak, it pained me. And you can cry. And you can really cry. Not that you'll be there just saying, I don't know why she left, but not the same. But you get home and you cry. So you started to hold all those things in, and you start to process things wrongly. And if you don't get to the point where somebody can sit with you and have that conversation with you, and you can then pour out, because many times therapy is the person helping you to go through the emotions and your thoughts, and helping you find a pathway to saying that, okay, you have identified the problem. This might be the possible solutions. So sometimes I believe that maybe if people are given the opportunity to be in a good community where they can be vulnerable, they can sit to say that things are not going well at home. And I don't know why. I don't know why I'm always shouting at my wife. I'm always hungry. I'm always angry. And they can talk to you. And I also believe that, Paul said something in scriptures when he spoke to older women, being example to younger women. There is a model of mentorship that should happen in church that maybe may save us from that. If older men can sit with younger men and hear them out, and I'm not saying talk at them, don't just sit them down and be telling them that these are don't know. Listen to them. Let them be able to talk, and then you can hear them, and because of experience, you can maybe help them to navigate. But because many times our community has also failed, and maybe church community sometimes too, sometimes we become overtly spiritual, Or some other churches, we become overly social. Some churches are overly social. Everything is picnic and something. People are not still really talking.
Yeah.
There must be a model of mentorship where the younger men can talk to the older men. The younger women can talk to the older women and ask for. I mean, they don't even need to. You just need to say that. See, I don't know why I'm not navigating this thing well. What could I be doing wrong? And they can listen to you. They can, because what you need many times is to be able to talk and let people ask you maybe some tough questions you've never asked yourself. And then when you answer those questions, you begin to get clarity. So it's something that I believe that I can go for therapy, but I may not need to if the community around me is helpful enough.
Absolutely.
And have given me a space where I can express without judgment.
True.
But therapy is not a wrong thing. Like I said, some people should go for therapy.
Yeah.
If you know that you don't have such thing around you, go and find it. Go and pay for it. Because many times, I mean, like I said, I don't disparage the fact that you can find healing in the community, especially in church, if you are committed to a good local church. But if you don't have that structure around you, there's also parents. But then sometimes, to be honest, your parents can also be part of the problem. So you might not be free enough to talk to them. And so if that entire thing is not available to you, then you can go seek that. But some people too, you need to understand that what you need is deliverance. You're always angry. You're always punching something. Maybe first go and register for boxing class. Then go and get deliverance. Because anger issues, I have a bias to say that people that have anger issues that is physical are no longer just angry. Is it 𝐵𝐶𝐵 that says the God of what? What the Lord know? When you're angry and always punching something, nah, that one pass. Nah. And I don't even think you should go to, I'm going to say MFM. I don't think that's the place for you to go when you should go to a celestial church. Let them flog you. You need to go to a place where they will flog you.
Joke slam.
They will flog you. That spirit of violence in you, it will find its way out. Because sometimes you are still trying to. God will air them, but it may take long. They need to take you to a place where they will tie you and they first flog you. It's fight you want to fight. When about 16 people flog you and you stand up, that spirit of violence, it would have walked away on its own. But I'm just saying, therapy is not wrong. It's not wrong. But I think that away from that, because I don't also think that it may be sustainable. I think that we need to start to build healthy relationships and healthy communities where people can be vulnerable with each other, which is a place where friendships and all these things work also, where you can sit and break down. You can cry and you are not ashamed of crying as a man because you know that you are safe in this space. And nobody is going to record you and then you find yourself on Sunday Head Not. Say a man breaks down in tears. No. People that will cover you will stand for you to say that. I mean, this movie, what's it called on Netflix? The Forge.
I was going to say that.
The Forge.
When you talked about mentorship.
Yes. Amazing movie. Yeah. And I believe that model is something that we should have in church. Older men talking to younger men. Younger men nowadays, we have a lot of knowledge. Older men have experience. Both of us can find a middle ground where experience can help us shape knowledge and knowledge can also benefit experience. But that community needs to be created. You need to be able to sit to talk, to say that, I don't know, 5 years in my career, I don't think I'm going anywhere. Somebody that has worked for 35 years can tell you that where you are now, this one, have you done this? And they're just asking you tough questions. And they can help you process and can give you an answer and can watch you in that sense. So I believe that if we create something like that, then maybe therapy may not be needed. But till then, if people do not have those structures, then they should be able to go for therapy. And I mean, it's not I know that men have an issue with sitting down with someone else to talk. I don't think it's we're emotional beings as mature as we try to be.
Yeah.
The people that they break their hearts, they will be there when they get to their house, they are crying. Because we don't see them, they are crying. I mean, life is tough. Maybe tougher for a man because of all the cultural responsibilities that are on our head. But I believe that that's my thought on therapy. Let me say.
Well, this is so awesome, and you know, I'm so glad. I'm thankful to God for where we have come in this conversation. it's literally we speaking from our hearts. You can tell that we have a deep understanding of each other, and we can also communicate to those things that matter to us. I remember when I think I shared with you, I remember vividly speaking to one of our friends, our mutual friends, when I lost my dad. Mom died in 2022, December of 2022, and I told him because he was a friend I was very used to the house. He comes once in a while, and then I was very, very vulnerable with him, but I didn't get to discuss it until when I had when the loss of dad happened, when I lost dad too. So I spoke to him, certain things that I would have expected, certain way I would have loved to be treated, if not by anybody, by you, just because of how I see our relationship and just because of who you are to her family as well, and then we got talking about it. So I understood the reason, he could not reach out at that time. In fact, it was far from what I had expected, and we talked about it. But many times we don't get to that place where we discuss about it, which is what causes heartbreak. People are ripped apart inside and they just go on. But I like what you said about seeking healthy relationships. It is very, very germane, and it's not what we can take for granted. I remember one of my episode, I think maybe that was episode 3, the last season, and I was saying that God expects us to be naked and not ashamed. Many people are not they don't have that boldness to be naked. They feel it is them being weak. Especially men, which I don't, just like you said, the culture has, or the society has modeled it that way, that men are the machos, men are the ones with steels. I put something on my shirt recently. I said men of accountability. But I crossed out steel. Our generation has raised men of steel enough. We need men of accountability. It's men of accountability.
So
if you've not watched that video, I'm going to pin it in this particular one. How that we need to be naked and not ashamed. I think the title of that one was I'm not a robot. So you're not a robot. You're not. Stop moving like a machine. You're human. You've got blood flowing in your veins. But also remember that you don't sit in your humanity. You need to seek wholeness. You need to seek genuine friendship, healthy friendship. Seek the interest, genuine interest of the people you call friends. Chase those things that matter to them. Value the things that matter. These are the ways I believe we can intentionally invest into our friendship. And at the end of the day, we all meet at the top. Right? We may not all be talking at every time. There are people in my life that may not speak for about 1-2 months, but we know that bond is there, and that's the beauty of friendship. So man of God, my friend, my brother, I want to use this opportunity to say that while we have this anointing of this anointing you have aroused, I want to say that I appreciate and treasure our friendship.
Thank you, sir.
I love what we share, I do appreciate you.
I do too, sir.
Yeah, and I say that to all my friends, my circle, Dayon and his family, Fafiolus, the Sweetly Kids, all my friends. Shout out to you guys, Femi
and his wife.
Femi and my God, Femi and his wife. Thank you for that inclusion. Thank you for all the fragrances you bring to our lives. We appreciate you. We celebrate you. I don't know if you would like to say something before we go.
No, thank you for having me again.
Yeah.
It was good to be here. I'm humbled to be here, and I am proud of what you're doing here. At the same time, thank you for the gift of your friendship, the gift of access. It's been about 2 decades. And I mean, it's
quite
been
a while.
Yeah, it's been a fulfilling journey.
Yeah,
it's been a very fulfilling journey. Thank you for, I mean, always showing up. I mean, we've had like different phases of our friendships.
True.
And I mean, we're still here. So I'd like to say thank you for being a friend and for being trustworthy. Okay. Hello. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being trustworthy. It's something that, I mean, you've been a point of safety in many occasions. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank God for, like we said one time, Bible said God gave gifts unto men, and those gifts are men. So literally God gave men to men. So we are grateful to God for this opportunity to do life together. I'm not forgetting my other friends that I may not be able to mention. 𝐇𝐀𝐑𝐃 𝐓𝐑𝐃. She's one person I love dearly. Even though she's a lady, she's born with the same passion for men. And when you listen to her speak, you wonder. She eats on this conversation with so much grace. And I want to say I appreciate you. I appreciate every one of my friends out there. Thank you so much for joining us on this conversation. Till we come your way again on the Mentorship podcast. See you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.